Hello Commit peers. As announced, there is a new review of Napoleonic Rules today. Drums and Shakos, Large Battle. Written by Sergio Lalischia and published by Ganesha Games. For this review, I used a PDF. You can get this at Wargames Vault at a sensible price. Link down below. This is a division level game, with a unit representing a battalion of infantry or a regiment of cavalry. There is a distance given for 6 to 10 mm, 50 mm, and 22 to 28 mm. And basing is relative free, as there is no casualty removal. And how does it play? Basically, it's a typical I-Go-You-Go system, but two game mechanics tell it apart. The first one is the command system. Each unit of troops and each brigade general has a quality rating. A d6 dice roll that beats or equals the quality rating gives the unit or general one action. Units are activated brigade after brigade, like in Black Powder. You can choose to roll 1, 2 or 3 dice for activation, and so you can possibly get 3 actions for a unit. But if you fail, with the same dice, the opponent can use this to try to activate one of his units as reaction. This unit can be anywhere on the battlefield, but it may not close up into engagement reach. Only one successful reaction is allowed per enemy unit. This breaks up the player's turn, as you have a chance to react to movement or prepare for your next attack in the other player's turn. The other important game mechanic is definition of flanks and rears, and the proximity rule. In this game, your unit's front is in front of you. No peripheral side, 45 degrees to each side. The proximity rule demands that formations keep a safe distance from one another and must not voluntarily disregard this. If it happens while being pushed back, the proximity rule must be restored with your first reaction. This ensures that many complicated situations with multiple units cannot arise in the first place. Some reviews state that this can result in some discussion and angling problems with far-moving units like cavalry. But if you state where the unit is heading, this should be no problem. Consciously concealing the angle of an attack is always unnecessary and cheesy. Combat is also handled a little different, and it reminds a bit on General D'Armée. Besides the usual artillery fire, there is approaching combat and close or contact combat. The approaching combat replaces the shooting phase and can initiate a charge into contact. It is triggered automatically if a unit moves into short distance of an enemy, and it involves only these units. Because of the proximity rule, mostly one unit fights against one other. Both take a number of d6 depending on formation and troop type, mostly 3 to 6. After rolling, the 3 highest dice of both players are compared. The unit with the lesser dice number takes 1 disruption or wound. If both dice are equal, both take 1 disruption. Then the second highest and third highest dice are compared, with the winner receiving one action. These actions can be used to move into contact, to fall back, or to change formation. If one unit, the original attacker or defender, moves into contact, the process restarts with some other modifications and another aim. The losing unit will have to retreat straight back, ignoring terrain and formation. Cavalry in this game can be very dominant and deadly. They can't attack a unit in square formation, unless it is already faltering. But if a unit not in square is defeated by cavalry, it is eliminated. This makes cavalry a serious threat. In my game, only 3 cavalry charges took place, and only one was successful. But the imminent threat of a charge dominates the battlefield. While infantry can be rallied and healed quite easily, this is only possible to a limited extent for cavalry. Their saber will quickly become blunt if used too frequently. So much for a rough summary of the rules. The book contains 4 scenarios and sample pickup lists for France, Austria, Prussia, Russia, and Britain and Spain, as well as tips for how to convert historical divisions into the game. There are no point values given, but there are a lot of special rules to adjust units and generals to a specific scenario or army. After all, this is a relatively simple and elegant game. It's definitely not for the beginning gamer, but reasonable next step before approaching more complex rules. I really liked it. Felt like a little brother of General d'Armée. I'll probably add a video on this in the near future that compares this to and a few others for starting players. In preparation for this, the next review will be about valor and fortitude. Afterwards, a vote will be taken again as to which set of rules will follow thereafter. I'm thinking about doing some tutorials for the more interesting games in this list. Please state in the comments if you are interested and which game you would prefer. For some are already really good tutorials out there, and unfortunately I don't know them all. Till then.